Gimmick matches. I always love a good gimmick when it comes to WWE, and especially in WWE games. Today on the show, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some of the top gimmick matches, match types that we want to see in WWE 2K22. Bring them back, get them in this game. Let's go. Sure, it's very easy to go and rhyme off some of these gimmick matches and just say boom, 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 put them in the game and be done with it. But let's go and have some fun. Let's deep dive a little bit, folks. Let's get in there. Let's get down into the center of the nugget. Get right in there and you just eat it. You just start scooping it back in your mouth. I don't know what's going on today. 5 gimmick matches that I would love to see in WWE 2K22. Maybe it'll happen. Probably not. We usually get a little bit of a crumb of what we would get and what we want. We shall see. By the way, thank you all so much for joining us. I'm Matt here on Assemble. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's get into the first match type. Okay, we all want this. We need this to happen. We want it. It could be one of them. It could be 2 of them. But we need to have special guest referee match back into the game. Special guest referee, I remember playing back in the SmackDown games over on my PS2. It looks so bad. We had a little bit of it in the WWE 2K series early on, and then it just went poof, goodbye, gonzo. Bring this back. I remember being able to have 1 or 2 referees. Remember in SmackDown Know Your Role, you could actually have 2 referees in there, and you would just beat the living shit out of the other referee, mess them up. You created your own storylines and dialogue. This is before we had GM modes and universe modes. That little tiny match type, being able to set that up with Triple H versus Austin, you have Rock, you have McMahon, those are your referees in there. It made it for so much good drama within the action, within the game itself that you were creating. I love this mode so much because it allows you to just have a little bit more creativity, and it makes things a little bit more dynamic when you're playing into a regular one-on-one match with a special guest ref. You can tweak it up and you could take it even a step further by being able to have special guest referee in there and then do the custom match types within it. Because maybe you're going to add in a little bit of first blood or no DQ and countouts, pinfall submissions, get rid of those, the quick counts. That's what I love. If you can set that up in 2K22, oh man, I'd be off and running with that. Special guest referee, give it to me. Now, give it now. All right, Matt's second gimmick match that he needs to see in this thing, I Quit match. Rock, Mankind, empty arena, I Quit match. Very gruesome, very rough. We had this in previous games over the years. It's come and gone over time. I don't know why you can't just do it. It's a simple microphone. It's a submission match, basically. You don't give up and you quit at the very end. And being able to get some custom match type rules in there on top of it, oh, beautiful, beautiful thing. I love an I Quit match. It's at least nice to have. It's not my all-time top favorite match type gimmick match to actually have, whether it is in WWE programming or it's in my games itself. But we've had I Quit matches over the years, and they're so fun to have. Could you imagine if you actually took it a step further and got really crazy custom? They won't do this, but having like tornado tag, I Quit match, elimination I Quit matches, that would just be silly. They'll never do it. But a regular one-on-one I Quit match, we need to have that. Creates a little bit more drama within the game itself. It creates these great moments when you're trying to create out your universe mode, things like that. Next up on the list, I got something that is going to be fun. You can just make it really easy, and it falls in line with what you and the community have asked about and said like, oh, I want to be able to see like an ambulance match or, you know, a buried alive match. Give me a casket match. It's all the same thing. Put them in a box. Button combinations. You can do quick time event built in there to actually make it a little bit more modern. Get some new camera angles, which is a crazy concept in your WWE 2K games. But give me that casket match. Bring that thing back. The Undertaker made it synonymous with WWE over the years by having that casket match. We've seen it in the games themselves. And you can make it again. It heightens the drama and it makes it silly and it makes it fun. Get away, if you're 2K, get away from just making everything so hardcore simulated that it takes the fun and the arcadiness and the just kind of joy out of your wrestling game. They don't have to be so serious and just strict one-on-one and two-on-two matches in a steel cage. Make it a little bit more fun. Casket matches can do that. They heighten the drama, they get you to be able to play with your buddies online, and it makes for great pay-per-view moments in like when you do create a pay-per-view or you're going to be able to do a main event match and it's going to be a casket match. And who knows, with Undertaker recently retired in the last year and a half or whatever, when he came back and forth so many times, we know. But when he's been officially kind of gone, they could do kind of like an homage to Taker within one of the modes and be able to put in a casket match. Be a hell of a lot of fun. All right, I got my 4th one on the list for all of you. Championship Scramble match. Yeah, not a very popular match. came and went. WWE doesn't even use this match type anymore, and I wish they would bring it back because I had so much fun when we had it. You got intervals of superstars coming in. You got like 5 stars to be able to go into this championship scramble. They're all fighting for the WWE championship, and as they go through, and every few minutes you got a new superstar entering in, kind of like a rumble. But once you got everybody in there, you can put a clock on it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, and you could score all these pinfalls as much as you want. And in that, when they score the pinfall, you get really cool moments within it where you're going to have somebody like Jeff Hardy or Brian Kendrick or whoever is going to actually be the WWE champion for that time. Score another pinfall, that person is the WWE champion. On and on it goes until the very end when the clock hits, and then you're left with your final true WWE champion at the very end of the Scramble match. I loved it because it created such drama in the chaos of having all these stars in the ring, going for pinfalls, trying to hit everybody, and trying to get to the very end of the match, becoming the actual true champion. It was so much fun. Make it even better. Throw double titles in there as well. Make it no DQ, like really take it up a notch, because Championship Scramble was one of those matches that I really enjoyed when they had it back in the day. The last one, probably my favorite. You can kind of do it right now in WWE games, but it's not the same. 3 Stages of Hell match. Originally created back in the late Attitude Era between Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H. They had their 3 Stages of Hell match together before they're going to go off to WrestleMania. And I absolutely love that actual match itself. Underrated, not focused on a lot within the history of, Triple H or Stone Cold themselves, but go watch that and go find it on the network or wherever you're going to peacock your TV or whatever you're going to find it on. But the 2 out of 3 falls match that they had, that was going to be the 3 Stages of Hell match, technically. You start off, if you're Austin and Triple H, you got like straight up one-on-one match. Get a pinfall or submission to win that. Then you can move on to like a no DQ match. And then if it goes to the 3rd fall, if there is a 3rd fall, you top it off with like a steel cage match like they did between Austin and Triple H. Creates so much drama. Yeah, it's a 2 out of 3 falls match with some gimmicks, but if you do it in the game, it creates some amazing moments when you can create some awesome gimmicks right out of the gate. If they could just let you in the game have that moment of being able to say, we're doing a 2 out of 3 falls match. Let's just say you do match number 1 is steel cage, then go into like a no DQ and end it with a Hell in a Cell or an Inferno match in there. Once again, creating more drama, making the matches more fun for players, for fans, being able to get in there, being able to customize the match types that you're going to have. I absolutely love 3 Stages of Hell. It's a big gimmick 2 out of 3 falls, but man, I loved how they did that and how you're able to kind of split it up, be able to have different match types. It made for a really long match, and it actually created more drama for you because if you put that on legendary difficulty or you're playing against a buddy online, you made it for a really fun, engaging experience. That's what I loved. Those are the match types, the hard gimmicks that I want to see in WWE 2K22. What is on your list? Let me know in the comments below. Are these on your list? What do you want to see for hardcore gimmicks in WWE 2K22? I'm Matt here on Assemble. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, thank you all for assembling with us. See ya!